my channel. Thank you so much for your views, likes, and comments on my last video. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Um, and yeah, welcome back. Today we are going to rank the last 25 Pakistani dramas I have on my list. If you want to see me go through how I ranked the 75 of these dramas in these tier rankings, then feel free to head over my channel and let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my rankings. So once again, a little bit about how the ranking system goes. Did not finish a dramas that I watched and left halfway through because I did not like them, which means I think they are bad. And torture porn, which basically means dramas that I tortured myself by watching till the end. Most of these because I liked either of the actors, but yeah, I shouldn't have. Because I like to torture the characters, and seeing the characters being tortured, I feel tortured myself. Then we have guilty pleasure, which basically means I think the dramas are objectively bad. However, I enjoyed them the first time I watched it. Um, and okay category are neither like they are not really, really bad, but they are not really, really good either. And as you can see already, I have like a lot of dramas in this category. Um, yeah, and then Good Watch. I think these were worth my time. I would recommend this to, I would recommend these dramas to anyone who wants to watch VTV dramas. However, for like one or two things, I think they don't make it to the masterpiece category. And then we have the masterpiece category, which is I don't think they are perfect, but they are the best of the best from my list. And I would recommend them to anyone who wants to start watching PTV. So let's begin with the ones I have for today. First up, I have Mere Ajnabi, torture porn. Yeah, I watched it because Farhan Said was a part of it, and I also had a phase where I liked his drama, where I liked him. So I ended up watching all his drama, most of his dramas, um, and listening to all his songs. And but I don't think this was fine. I mean, this was not good, and actually, like I had a Faisal Qureshi phase. I had a Farhan Said phase. I had a Yumna Zaidi phase, and I had a Fahad Mustafa phase. And I think, except for Fahad Mustafa's movies, not dramas, I regret watching all of their dramas, like literally. And this is why, if I if I end up liking a new actor these days recently, I just don't I just stick to the dramas I have already watched of them and don't go out of my way to finish their entire filmography. Because Pakistani actors and watching trashy dramas because of Pakistani actors, I'm eventually going to move on from. They are going to make me watch bad dramas. Like, I used to like these four people, but like, except for Kabhi Main Kabhi Tum from Fahad Mustafa and Aapke Liye from Faisal Qureshi, none of the dramas from the actors I used to like made it to the masterpiece or good watch category. So I don't think it was worth it. We have Suno Chanda 1. Okay. Suno Chanda 1, I would put in good watch. It was funny, and I think it was a nice background watch with family Punjabi comedy. That was fine. I mean, not like not really really meaningful, but like not trashy bad either. And I would recommend this to someone who wants to watch dramas for fun. Sunu Chanda too, I guess it was okay, but it was also kind of repetitive. We saw a whole season of Ursula and Gia fighting through their issues, and at the end, solve it and getting married. And then we have Sunu Chanda too, where like they started fighting again, like a week after getting married. Um, yeah, so I was I thought it was kind of repetitive. Also, compared to Sunachanda 1, Sunachanda 2 had more characters, and they also had money coming in from ad revenues. Um, so I think the ads were kind of disturbing the flow of my viewing experience. So then we have Tere Bin. Tere Bin, I would put in guilty pleasure, at least for the first half. Certainly not the second half. Um, yeah, the first half, I think up until the Mariam track, it was a good guilty pleasure drama. Once again, objectively bad, but um, enjoyable to watch. Um, and I don't think I need to harp on about Imran Zaidi and Wahaj Ali's chemistry. They have really good chemistry. Even in Dil Na Umeed To Nahi, they have really good chemistry. And that's one of the biggest reasons this drama is so big. Um, yeah, but story wise, this is like bad. Okay. Vada, yeah, I did not watch. I did not finish, sorry. Yeah, I left halfway through and I think it had a cheating plot line. And so, I mean, I'm glad I did not finish. Jane Jaha, once again, did not finish. And I was actually trying to finish it because, like, a lot of people say, I mean, I know there are a lot of Hamza Ali Abbasi and Aiza Khan fans from Pyar Afzal, which I haven't watched, but it is on my list. Um, but like this one, I tried watching it. I think this one I went up to 27 episodes, but when I realized that okay, I'm just watching it for the sake of it, just because I think the actors and the pairing is famous. That's why I'm watching it. Otherwise, there's no need. So I dropped it. Um, then we have Manmayal. Manmayal, I would say torture porn. Yeah. Once again, I have heard a lot of good thing. I heard a lot of good things about this drama before I started watching it. And to be honest, I thought Hamza Ali Abbasi and Maya Ali's chemistry was really good. Uh, but like the characters itself, especially Manu's character, was like really irritating. I do not like female leads who try a lot. Yeah, like I think even in Mere Hamsafar, Hala's constant crying was irritating. But like Hala was I mean both Hala and Maya's character were abused. Hala by her aunt and Maya's character by her husband. And while I understand, but I do not want to see like I want to see some sort of relief when I'm watching dramas. Like, in context, they make sense, and I feel bad for the characters, but I also feel bad for myself because I'm having to go through it. Okay, so now we have Ranja Kardi. Yeah, I did not finish it. Um, and once again, I think this is directed by Kashif Nisar, and I don't I don't remember on top of my head if it was written by B. Gul or someone else. But yeah, I heard a lot of people praise dramas, and I think like I don't know if it is a good thing or a bad thing that I think a lot of people praise Kashif Nisar's dramas just because they are by Kashif Nisar. And while he may be a good director, I don't like his lighting, but okay, maybe he is a good director, and he does try attempts to create artsy dramas, but I didn't like it. Um, yeah, I think yeah, in the same breath, Stand Up Girl is actually my favorite drama from Kashif Nisar. Yeah, sorry, no, not here. But yeah, Stand Up Girl is my favorite drama from Kashif Nisar. It is very Gen Z. It has very Gen Z vibes to it. It is funny, and it has family. It has like family relationships that I like. Um, and I mean the main couple, they are fun as a duo. But I didn't. I mean, I don't ship them as like how a lot of people ship characters romantically. I don't see that, but I do think they are a very fun duo. Um, and the drama is funny, the plot is funny. Yeah, could have been fewer episodes, but I guess it's okay. It's still one of the better dramas I have watched. Breaking news, once again, heard a lot of good things about it, but I couldn't finish it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and this is one of the patterns I have also noticed in green dramas. I thought green dramas were supposed to. Okay, so I thought green started with like introducing a lot of different dramas, and they did do different dramas. For example, from my list, stand up girl, gentleman, and Kabli Pulao, which is next, and breaking news, or even the dramas that I have not watched, like Bais Kadam, and then there was one with Kushal and Ramsha. I think it was called Dunyapur. All of those dramas were like very different, but I don't think they do it well. In comparison, I think in the last few years, after Green started, I think the other channels have actually upped their game, because I really think ARY did really a very good job with both Parvarish and Kabhi Main Kabhi Tum. And I heard a lot of good things about Rad, but like I mean I heard mixed reviews about Rad, so I ended up not watching it. But I think ARY has upped their game, especially with like multiple playlists. Mm, and other dramas I cannot name on top of my head, but also like Hum does a lot of good dramas. So compared to Green, I thought Hum and ARY um, has given me better dramas in the last few years. Kabli Pulao, I would say Kabli, I think it is a good watch. I mean, a lot of people were praising it, but I don't see it. I don't see the overpraise. Like, I mean, I think Kabli Pulao is a good drama, but the kind of praise it got, I don't, I don't understand it. Um, yeah, maybe I need to rewatch it sometime. But if someone in the comment section can explain why Kabli Pulao is one of their favorite dramas, or why they think Kabli Pulao um, should be in the masterpiece category rather than in the good watch category, I would be thankful because I did not. I mean, I think once again, I think it is a good drama, but I don't understand why it's praised as much as it is. Yeah, Parizad I will put in the masterpiece category. Yeah, I think it has like one main character and an ensemble cast surrounding the main character that lifts him up. And like this is a really good drama for character study, character progression, and character journey, which I like. Like usually dramas with a lot of characters fail to deliver the way Parizad did. And as I said, each and every there are a lot of characters, but each and every character was there to make Parizad shine. Each and every track, and like as I said, it's a character journey. So he starts up as a poor man who loves poetry, but because of the way he looks, I mean, in the novel, he had marks on his face, but in the show, he's just dark skinned. So I think this is colorism in Pakistan speaking. Why a dark Parizad is not taken seriously. But okay, so just because of his dark skin, he's not valued enough. And not just because he's dark skinned actually, also because he has no money, and eventually he gains money, and you see people and their reactions changing from when he had no money to when he has money. And like I think my favorite episode is episode 19, uh, when he like comes back and meets everyone he used to know back in his poorer days, and they are all kind of behaving different to them. I think that's one of the best episodes I have ever seen on PTV. Once again, I think Parizad episode 19 is one of the best episodes I have seen in PTV. Um, and also like the love story towards the end with Annie, like it's so poetic that uh, she cannot see, and yet she sees him for who she is, while the others who are able to see clearly, they cannot see him for who he is. And Annie loves him the way he wants to be loved, and I'm glad they changed the ending of the novel and ended up giving Parizat and Annie a happily ever after. Moving on. Yeah, like I just had to put Muqaddar after Parizad, which is like a torture porn. Yeah, damn you, damn myself for watching so many dramas just because of a stupid crush on an actor. Um, but yeah, sorry. Once again, age gap romance, no problem with age gap romance, just like treat them as equals. And this was also toxic. I think, um, yeah, Zakam, Mukaddar, both of these were like toxic stories. Hook was also toxic, dude. Fitur was also low-key toxic. Fark was toxic, but the other way around. Like, damn, I have no one but myself to blame. Dhub Ki Diwar, I thought it was okay. I mean, it's marketed as a Pakistani and Indian drama by Z5, but it just has Pakistani actors, so I thought they could have easily, I mean, I don't know how the logistics worked, but I thought technically they should have casted an Indian actors for the Indian family. So yeah, this is like, even if it is released in an Indian platform, it is still a Pakistani drama because it has uh, Pakistani actors. Um, yeah, and also it's like very, I wouldn't say like, I know the two countries have been fighting ever since they were made. So it's like kind of hyper, hyper optimistic. Um, or not really hyper optimistic because there are bad things happening as well. But like, because the actors are Pakistani, it kind of seems one sided and like a very a very basic view of the conflicts. I did not finish it. I think I watched the first three episodes and I was done. And thank God I was done. Um, Baktawar, I thought was okay. Once again, very feminism 101. And while I think this could have been a good drama, but they kind of derailed it. The direction was very off in a lot of places. Um, yeah, and it didn't need to be 25 episodes again. It could have easily been done, be a mini series of like 10 episodes, and that would have been done. Um, but yeah, kudos to Yumna Zaidi for sporting a wig. Um, yeah, Sangema, okay, Sangema I thought was okay, uh, but all right. So with Sangema, I really liked it the first two times I watched it. I thought like the entire ensemble cast was so good, and I I liked all the characters. Like I like the good characters as good characters, and I like the bad characters as bad characters. And I also thought Helmand and Shahrazad had a good rapport. And their scenes, I really enjoyed their scenes. But like on my very recent rewatch, I kind of lost interest. I mean, I think I would have put it in my good watch list if I didn't watch it recently. So like take all my rankings with a grain of salt because most of these dramas I have watched only once. And if I were to rewatch it, some of these would go down and some of these might go up. Yeah. So next we have Hum Kaha Ke Sache The, Torture Porn. Yeah, I mean, obviously, what were we doing with this drama? I think I watched it mostly because of Mahira and Kubra. Um, but like she was there for like 10 episodes, and after that, Mahira's character and Usman Mukhtar's character, he marries her to torture her, and then at the end, she forgives him. That like, I do not want to see such stories on screen. Okay. Um, this is Mirzad Zarai Be Nishan. I think this was all right. I know this was released before Humsafar, but this kind of felt like in the same. This kind of felt like the rural version of Humsafar. I watched this one first, so that this was kind of like the same thing in a different way. But other than that, I did not. I mean, I thought Humsafar actually made it entertaining. Um, while this one was talking a lot of, this one was good, but it was like it was not packaged in a very entertaining way. Um, all right. So next we have Angan. Angan, once again, I thought Angan was all right. Yeah, not too bad, but not as good as people on Twitter make it seem. I realize a lot of these dramas I should not listen to what people on Twitter say about them, because most of the time it's fans of certain actors hyping these dramas up for no reason. Um, but yeah, I did not find it that good. But I thought it could have easily been a good watch or even a masterpiece if they had like fewer episodes. Um, these days, 28 episode Pakistani dramas are kind of on the lower end. But like, I think after the second half was like I lost interest in the second half. So I think if they had like wrapped it up in 15 to 20 episodes, I would have enjoyed it much better. Moving on, we have Bashar Momin. I don't know. I think, okay, let's put here because I think it could go here or here. But I liked it when I watched it. And like any of these four dramas, I think they can easily move down on my list if I were to rewatch it. So just because I liked it, I mean, I know this is objectively bad. I knew this was objectively bad even as I was watching it, but I still stick through it because I was like finding some sort of misogynistic guilty pleasure when watching all of these dramas, all four of these dramas. So I will just put it here for now. Okay, Fairy Tale one, I thought it was all right. It was not bad, and I thought Seher Khan's. I don't think Seher Khan was very raw in as Umeed, and I do not think she will be able to beat this performance. I know she has done Tanman Nilo Neel, and I think more recently she has done Ekor Pakiza, which I did not watch, but like these are these are very artsy dramas, which once again I have a criticism of how performances are viewed in artsy dramas versus how they are viewed in rom-coms or romance or even like normal dramas. um but today is not the time for it. So for Umid, I will just say this is my favorite Seher Khan performance. um but like as a project, Fairy Tail 1 was okay. It was funny at times. And it was refreshing, and I think it's a good background watch. Fairy Tale 2, I would put in the good watch category. Um, yeah. Um, uh, yeah, one of the rare times I like the sequel more than the first one. Um, but yeah, I think that's how it is. I think the fact that Farjad and Umid were together in Fairy Tale 2 was a huge reason I liked it better, because they hardly had any scenes in season 1. Um, and I absolutely adore the final scene where they are shown with their daughter. Um, Yeah, that's like one of my favorite scenes in PTV dramas. Um, and also Fairy Tail 2 was also like refreshing to see because Umid is interacting with Fajad's family, and Fajad is also interacting with Umid's family. So, and yeah, when they're able to make me like families instead of hating them, because I would say, yeah, sometimes I just watch the main couple scenes while hating on the families, not just for PTV dramas, but like for dramas all over the world in general. When I rewatch, I watch everything the first time, but when I rewatch, I kind of skip family scenes, But if I were to rewatch Fairy Tale 2, which I haven't yet, but if I were to rewatch, I don't think I'll be skipping any. Um, all right, Dil Na Umeed To Nahi, Dil Na Umeed To Nahi, yeah, Dil Na Umeed To Nahi, I'll put in the masterpiece category. I think I'm not sure if I can sensitively talk about the drama, but I really think I love the way they handled they handled the track with Sumbul and Jamshed. Um, yeah, and I think it's one of the Kush Foundation projects I like. Unlike Udari, I thought this one did not have as much respite as I would have wanted, but like this was the nature of the drama. I think once again, despite so many characters, they are put together well. There are three tracks running: one of Sambul, one of Jamshed, and one of another family with three girls, and they are all able to and Kashif Nisar and Begul are able to handle them really well. Um, I think uh, some of my favorite scenes were from Sambul when she was drugged, and then when Jamshed recognizes Sambul. Those were my favorite scenes. Um, yeah. Next we have Diyare Dil. Diyare Dil, I thought it was a good watch. This is the most recent. This is my most recent watch. Like, I watched it in April 2026. This was the last PTV drama. No, sorry, I watched it in May 2026. Um, and yeah, I liked it. Um, I, I absolutely love the way uh, Agajan and Maya Ali's character bond in the second half. I think, uh, yeah, Maya and Agajan were my favorites from the drama. And towards the end, I also liked the main couple. But other than that, I thought, um, okay, I read the novel first, and I thought the novel kind of like puts all the blame on Farah and Farah's mother. Um, while um, while I think the show does a better job of showing how Aga Jan is also to be blamed because of his words. But I think when it came to karma, uh, no, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, the karma hit everyone hard. Like, yeah, I love this because Aga Jan did not accept his son's marriage, and then he had to stay away from his son for like 20 years, and then finally, when everything was going to be all right, both his sons passed away. Like that's karma. And Farah's parents did not listen to Agajan or her brother, and they got married. And then they lose their first baby. Like that's also karma. Um, on the other hand, I also like how 20 years later, um, Wali's parents have better relationship than Farah's parents. Even though Wali's parents' relationship started as a, I mean, I wouldn't say I liked it. I think it is interesting how Wali's parents, who started off as a forced marriage, had a better relationship than Farah's parents, who had like a love marriage. And at the end of the day, Wally's dad and mom were happy when Wally's father passed away, while Sanam's character and Farah's father were unhappy. They were like they were literally fighting when he passed away. So yeah, and yeah, I absolutely hated Ruhina's family. Um, yeah, I mean, I mean, I do realize that without her family, Ruhina wouldn't be as annoying as I thought she was. But yeah, it was what it was. I mean, Ruhina's family also got their karma. The son Moise got jailed. But I do think it would have easily gone into the masterpiece category if they had if it had like fewer number of episodes. I think if it was like 25 episode drama, it would have worked well, and it would have easily reached the masterpiece category. So these are my rankings for Pakistani drama, for all the 100 Pakistani dramas I have watched, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so like 80 dramas I watched and 20 dramas that I did not watch, I did not finish. Yeah, let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with my rankings. And if you disagree, then let me know why you disagree and let's have a chat. And also, if you have any recommendations for me that you think I would put in the good watch or masterpiece category, feel free to share in the comment section. And if you want to watch more videos like this, hop onto my channel, like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate all your views, likes, and comments. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And uh, yeah, for yeah, we see you next week with the tier ranking of uh, the very few Turkish dramas I have watched. Um, Until then, stay safe, stay well, and stay happy. Goodbye.